topic. Next topic is actually going to be good old Verzuz.
Where would I be without my baby?
Of course, we all got to experience Ja Rule and Fat Joe this week on the Verzuz. Shouts out to Tim and Swiss just outright because Verzuz got us through COVID, didn't it? Or got us through COVID. Yeah. Not that COVID is over, but Verzuz got us through, right?
It definitely did. For sure.
Yeah. Definitely. So, of course, on Tuesday, Ja Rule and Fat Joe went at it. And it was actually enjoyable, but I think it was very, very enjoyable because of Ja Rule. Mm-hmm. I was on the phone with a friend, a longtime friend, I think last week, and he just really quick, he was comparing Ja Rule to Drake in their hit-making capabilities. Mm-hmm. And I was like, really? Ja Rule to Drake? And then he just took out his phone and he just went down the hits of Ja Rule, and every one was a banger. And I was like, yo, he really manipulated a season. Like there was a good 2 years, 3 years where Ja just ruled the waves. You know what I mean? What happened?
Caught that.
I missed that. What did God say?
You said Ja just ruled. What you say?
He said manipulated.
Manipulated.
Hey, I knew what you meant.
Manipulated. Yes. After I had just released that great Ja just ruled the waves and you messed it up with your manipulated. Anyway, I'm messing with you. But yeah, so he read them out. I was like, yo, Ja's gonna kill this joint right here. But this actually ended up being really, really enjoyable. Sparked a little bit of controversy that came out of the joint, but we could talk about a little bit of everything. Goss, let's start with you. What you thought about this Ja Rule Fat Joy?
Listen, I tried to tell dudes. Hold on, let me fix my camera.
Yeah, do that for us.
I'm standing up for this. You heard me. I tried to tell these dudes that nobody wants Ja Rule, bro. Nobody want to touch Ja Rule.
Nobody does.
He held the game down for 3 hot summers. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
what you gonna do? Hold on, let me talk. Let me
talk. Ahead. Do what you do.
Hold on. Let me drink my water. Hold on. Listen, Ja came in like, Joe, did you forget who I was? Did you forget who I was? He said, Joe, you was in this game before me. You was in this game now. So after me, and you still trying to catch up to me. You heard who talks like this? Ja was talking greasy to Joe. You heard me. But the thing about Verzuz is that you heard, it's like, bruh, you can't, like, people think that it's not hit for hit anymore. But Verzuz is about the feel because now you're in front of a crowd. It versus New York City. Yeah. So they saying these hit records that Ja Rule got ain't gonna ring off when Joe plays, his old street records, which was cool in the beginning. I'll give Joe the first round. The first round, Joe was coming with the crazy joints. Nah, he was. Joe had the bangers. The crowd was with him the first round. Not first round, before the first part one. You know what I'm saying? And Joe, but Ja knew what he had in his pocket. Like Ja knew, like, yeah, go ahead, play that little street stuff. That's cute. Right? But then, bruh, the second half after intermission,
it's crazy.
It was game over. What you gonna do with? And then Lil Mo came out.
Yo.
Where would I be if it was what? Bro, when Mo came out, I was at a watch party. The whole room sing the whole song. Where would I be without my baby? I love my break. What?
Oh man, yeah.
And then you had Ashanti come out the joint. Oh my God.
All them hits.
Now listen, Ashanti can fart on my dinner tonight. You understand me?
Well, you
heard Ashanti has been looking real nice lately.
She gets better when she gets older, bruh. Oh my God, she's ridiculous.
She's always killed every look.
Crazy. So then Ashanti, no, because she got records with Rule and Joe. So it was like, so she would do a record with Rule, and then she stay on stage and do a record with Joe. And it's like, both these joints hit. You understand what I'm saying? Because I think Rule did the joint with Ashanti, and then they did the Joe and Ashanti joint. What's the Joe and Ashanti joint? Y'all know what I'm talking about.
The name of it. I forget the name of it.
I forgot the name of it.
They did it.
They did it crazy. And that joint low key hit harder than the one that he picked with Ashanti. But then Rule
Ja Rule wrote that track though.
He did say that. And then Ja Rule brought out Veda. What?
Is that Veda?
When was the last time we seen Veda?
Ain't no telling. Ain't
That
no
house
telling.
on the hill that you got
Ages.
me, baby. And then, then when I dropped, what?
Her best
Veda
bars
was going
ever.
crazy.
Her best bars ever.
Veda was going crazy. And then Ja just kept hitting him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was too much. Like, hit him with the Bobby Brown joint, hit him with the clap back joint. You know what I'm saying? Hit him with the Christina Milian joint. Hit him with the love it when you look at me, baby. What? It was just too much. It was just too much, bro. It was too much. Yeah. Now, if Joe did come crazy when he brought Nelly out, I will give him that. Nelly kind of turned up. You know what I'm saying? And then Nelly tried to cop the hug from Ashanti. You know what I'm saying?
Right now.
Listen, he saw Ashanti the same way we saw her. He was like, hold on, let me go get this hug. I'm going to get these hugs real quick.
I wanted them to work. I don't know what happened there, but I really wanted them to work.
Listen, Rule got the night, yo. Rule got it. But then at the end, you know what I'm saying, Joe was like, yo, this was for Rule. Like, Rule needed that. You feel me? So that was big up to Joe, you know what I mean, who made it happen for him. Because, I mean, they both got a good check from it probably. And then Rule's streams probably increased, all that kind of stuff. Verzuz effect is real. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, bro, that joint was fire. Shout out to Rule. I try to tell these dudes Rule's going to crush.
Oh, for sure. I was thinking the same thing. Bree.
Sorry.
No. Go ahead, Trish.
Yeah.
My husband tried to, like, because he's of course, he's an elitist. So he's like a huge Fat Joe, big Pun fan, you know what I'm saying? He's like, nah, I don't know. Pun he might be all right, you know. I was like, that. I was like, you don't, he wasn't listening to rap during that era, the Ja Rule era, because he had just got saved. So he was like, I wasn't listening to none of that. I was like, oh, you missed that, because that was great.
And Joe had the advantage because Joe had DJ Technician, the same DJ that the Locks had. So when I saw Joe with Tech, I was like,
that's where Joe failed. Joe thought he could come out and pull a Jada Kiss, and he couldn't.
No, sir.
And Jada came out. Jada's the Floyd Mayweather of Verzuz. Yeah. He's the Floyd Mayweather of this job.
Yo, Bree, what you got? What you thought? What you saw?
I saw clips of the Verzuz, but I knew.
Bree, you ain't watch it?
I watched clips. I didn't get to watch it live.
I hate that you missed this.
I didn't get to watch it live. Good. I wanted to though, but I knew Ja was gonna run away with it though, because that whole Murder Inc. era, like I was in college during that time. It was crazy. It was
wild.
It was. But I knew he was gonna run away with that one though. Hate that I missed it.
Yeah. Trish, what you thought? What you saw? What you liked?
It brought back so many feels. Like, it was super nostalgic for me because, like Bree, I was in college when all of those hits came out, and I just remember, like, it just brought back that feeling I got when I first heard the Jones. You know what I'm saying? All them hits with Ashanti, like, well, that even though I cannot stand that, I couldn't stand it back then because they kept playing it so much.
Right.
But just hearing it years later, I'm like, yo, this is John, like, So it was like all the songs he was playing. I was like, yo, this is the John right here. This is the John right here. So yeah, it was great. And
then Trish, did you see when Joe did the Chris Brown record and Josh sang the Chris Brown record for him?
He got Josh Chris Brown.
He did. He really did.
He kept saying, he was like, he said you getting beat by an R&B singing ninja, right? And I was like, that's a fact. I was like, that's a fact. You get beat, Joe. Like, you talking all that trash.
But I'll give it to Joe. Joe had the popping dance moves. Joe was out here bopping. Joe was out here.
He was going in.
Joe was going crazy with the New York Diddy bop.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then when he brought Remy Ma out, I said,
Remy album was fire.
Remy elevated the situation because,
as she does.
Listen, I was like, y'all can't sleep on Remy, yo. Her verse on that, man, it's unforgettable.
So, man, That joint was nice. Ja Rule. It was a series of things. It was 50 Cent. It was Fire Festival. It was Dave Chappelle. It was a series of things that made us stop checking for Ja.
Right.
Yeah.
And but Ja ruled, like you said, a good 3 summers. He really did rule. He was writing for everybody, writing for J-Lo, writing for Mary, writing for everybody. Crack, he was killing the game. You know what I mean? And like I said, I think Ja Rule swept the whole joint pretty much. I don't think it was ever a competition.
In the first round? The first
I think
round?
it's what, yeah. I mean, because from holla holla to holla, yeah. It's just Anyway,
who had those street joints with Big Pun? I don't want to be a player. No.
I mean, like I said, I don't want to be a player was definitely a bright spot. Lean Back was a bright spot. But I mean, shouts out to Crack for doing it. Ultimately, and what Crack said at the end was so true.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to see Ja. 50 didn't want to see Ja.
Nah, I don't know about that.
No. It's been said. Like 50 is like, I don't want to do this. 50. I mean, I think he was talking about in general, but yeah, 50. Yeah, no. 50 has get rich and die trying, and then what?
Right, because he ain't got
That's all you need.
No, don't get me wrong. I mean, I agree, but what's that? That's a good. He had a good 5 or 6 songs. We're talking about 20 songs.
Yeah, he don't have that many. Trust.
You know what I'm saying? So I thought Ja killed it, but I really think your boy Crack is the MVP. And he said it at the end, but I was thinking it before he said it. Only reason Crack did this was to put on Ja.
Sure.
He was like, look, man, y'all done forgot. Y'all done forgot. So since nobody else won't stop in the ring with Ja, I'm going to step in the ring with Ja. I'm going to talk my talk. I'm going to do my thing. I got my hits. I've done my things as well. But I know when it comes hit for hit, Ja's going to get me. But y'all won't do it. So I'm going to put on for my boy and make y'all remember who Ja Rule was.
Yeah.
And man, from shoot. Can I get a what? He didn't even do that, did he?
I don't think he even did that.
He didn't even do that.
Nah, he didn't even do it.
I don't even think he even did that. Jay-Z.
He did do that joint. He did 2 of the Jay-Z joints.
He did one of Jay-Z's joints. Did he do one of them? I know he did one for sure.
I thought he did both.
He did holla.
He did do that.
He didn't do that joint. Can I get a yeah, he didn't do that. He didn't do that joint. Yo, I just knew J-Lo was about to come out.
I did too when he
Are you Ellie?
He set it up. Just the way he set it up made me think like, is she about to come out?
So anyway, I think Crack was the MVP. I think we had to be reminded of what Ja Rule was. Ja Rule was a certified hit maker. That singing rapper nigga was Ja Rule. Y'all afraid to say nigga. I noticed that now, which is kind of funny because y'all were the main ones like, can we say nigga? Can we do nigga? And then y'all afraid to say nigga now. And
the thoughts and opinions of DJ Quote do not reflect Corey or Corey's job at Hill City Church. Wag, I didn't say none of that. Wag.
I'm seeing a different tone today. That's hilarious.
Which is funny because I don't even really say it like that, but it was these two jokers.
It won't me, Wags.
Asking
it
about it.
I don't know what Quote talking about. That won't me.
Anyway, but listen, there was some controversy that sparked from this joint as well.
That's a fact.
When Little Mo and V came out and did their thing, your boy Crack was in battle mode, and he did go after these ladies.
He did,
and he called them Dusty Bees. Like you got these Dusty Bees coming out, calling them crackheads and different things.
Wow. He did.
He did.
He did.
So I heard him say bees, but I was like, who is he talking about? I didn't know who he was talking about.
So he was in battle. So this has become an issue. Of course, Little Mo has come out now. So he was in battle mode. I'm gonna be an apologist for Crack a little bit because Cat's stories on Crack is crazy. Like Joey is that dude that looks out for everybody and don't tell nobody as he's quietly looking out. I remember listening to a story where I think it was Steven Jackson. He was playing in New York and early in his career, and he'd be walking into a club and he'd just look over his shoulder or something like that, and there'd just be two Puerto Ricans just watching him. Just two Puerto Ricans just there. And basically, Crack has sent boys to make sure that nothing happened to Jack. You know what I mean?
Wow.
That Jack was going to be good. And these stories are constant stories that you hear concerning Joey. So, so this was, Angela, you said it was out of character for him. Other people said it was out of character for him to do. And he did, as I understand, he apologized to them off stage as soon as afterwards. Like, look, when he apologized to both of them, he sent a tweet out before it really broke, apologizing to both of them and whatever the case may be. But Mo has been through some things. You know what I mean? As I understand, of course, Mo was, of course, you had the addiction thing. Mo was in an abusive relationship. Like Mo done been through some things, and that stuff she says kind of triggered her. Some of these comments and whatnot. And so he was a dead wrong for that. You know what I mean? He was dead wrong for that. The only reason why I'll ride from him a little bit is because everybody say that's not Joe. That's what everybody say. He was in battle mode. He was, boom, 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 boom. That's not Joe. He went too far there. We all know it. He was dead wrong. And them ladies didn't deserve that, especially Mo. Low key, Mo deserves way more than what people give her in the game for the many, many tracks that Mo laced. And Mo was a beast, and she does not get her flowers, her credit for the beast that she was for a good season, a good decade, you know what I mean, in the game, whatever the case may be. So shouts out to little Mo. Crack, you was wrong, but you stood up for it. But the same way you brought Ashanti and Remy them purses, you need to put something in the mail for your girl Mo.
I was like, oh, was it Gucci bag? Was they Gucci bag?
I think they was something expensive.
I said, oh, okay.
They was something expensive, but that's been Verzuz again. Shout out to Swiss and Timberland for really holding us down through COVID with Verzuz, which has been a true blessing, a true celebration of culture, and making sure that a lot of people get their flowers, not just in the mainstream, but even the gospel world. I mean, that Kirk Franklin, Fred Hammond joint was beastly.
That was great.
That joint was beastly. There's been so many great joints. So again, shouts out to Verzuz.